Hey people, it's Saturday, and for a couple of reasons I decided to go ahead and make a video this morning. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Cheers. 18th of May. So, I'm back from, Porcupine Tree. I'm back from going down to the old market because Homer's for the Summer is opening on Saturdays at 8 in the morning to coincide with the farmer's market, which is held down in the market. I just decided to go down, get up and go down, maybe get something to eat at the market, and to go to the record store. So it was enjoyable. I talked to Mark Manor. He went to the Duran Duran show last night. I got to see the show online already, and I'm glad for the folks who went because I can see that it was a big deal for a lot of folks, and they really enjoyed themselves. Mark said he enjoyed it, and he was happy that they played a few deep cuts besides just all the hits, which is what the majority of people were there for. But I really need to get used to the idea, the fact that I, am a known quantity, especially when it comes to music locally. So someone's shopping and I go to, and then they greet to me and I don't know who they are. And the fella said to me, well, you can't know everybody. I watch you, It's like, wow, and I just have to realize that even though on average I get anywhere from 1,000 to 1,600 views every video every day, it's not necessarily the same people. So I don't know who else watching me. It was kind of cool. We had a nice conversation. If you see this, hello, I've forgotten your name. We were both digging in the used section, and I pointed out a couple albums to him where he said he was into fusion. And I said, well, what do you know about that? You know about that? And he grabbed them. Hope you liked what I pointed out to you. I found a couple things, but I'll start with yesterday, because yesterday was New Release Friday, and Homer's finally got in a copy. I never know with the sort of thing that I like if they're going to get it at all. I happen to be wearing the appropriate t-shirt to show this. They got in a copy of Continuation.Live, Porcupine Tree, live in Amsterdam, 2022. 4 LP set. This is it's limited edition. I love the packaging on this. Great graphics. It's clear vinyl. I do want to grouse about this because it's not all clear vinyl is not noisy. I have several clear vinyl albums that are very tasty and quiet. These are not. So Music for Nations, Sony Music, same folks associated with Closure Continuation. I have that clear vinyl. It's noisy. Your manufacturing process, something about it, the quality of the vinyl, something is bogus. Because 3 of the 4 albums here are ticky and noisy. Now, I'm not the sort of person who is going to freak out and have to return this to try to get a quiet copy. I'm not going to play it that many times. I'm just pointing it out. It's clear vinyl is not because it's clear, noisy. But let's go to the good part. I was picking this up for my collection and, mainly, but I ended up listening to all of this yesterday. This is really powerful, really good performances. And it's neat that you can hear Steven Wilson's joy at being at that stage, an audience that big. It's pretty cool. And It's powerful. The performances are good. I like the mixes for the most part. You know, I like the way it's mixed. You can hear Richard Barbieri really well, which his music is a texture. What he does for Porcupine Tree is primarily a texture. So a lot of times it's adding to the picture and you don't even realize it. So it's nice here where you get to, they really kind of feature him. Excuse me. I took the time to watch the official live videos on the Porcupine Tree site from this tour. Pardon me, folks. And there's a somewhat personal connection in that the guitarist on this tour, Randy McSteen, who I got to meet and play a show with him when he was touring with Stuart Ham, the bass player, Stu Ham. My band Chemicals, we opened for them a show several years ago. I was hoping to meet Alex Skolnick, who's also in Testament, who was supposed to be touring with Stu Ham, and there was a double book thing, and so they got Randy McSteen to do the tour. So I got to play a show with him and meet him and hang out before and afterwards. I didn't know who he was. He was quite good. Stu Ham, as you know, has quite the background in jazz rock, and fusion. Happy to grab that yesterday. I was really happy that they got it. So today I picked up 3 things in the used. The Comet is Coming. This is their first EP reissued. Prophecy. I picked this up when I first heard Comet is Coming out. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, I didn't really pay much attention to it. But after getting the Shabaka album, the one that was recently, it's sitting out here. Let me grab it, which I love. The Shabaka is what the Andre 3000 is trying to do. So I grabbed this today. It was used, but it was sealed, so I got it for like $8, you know. And I've just popped a little bit on, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna dig this. Also in the used section, I didn't know this album, but I know Lee Ranaldo from Sonic Youth. It's a record he made with a fellow named Raül Refree. Names Up North and Women. I've already played one side of this, and I like this a lot already. It's nice. It's on mute. Didn't know it when I pulled it out. It's on white vinyl. This is not Sonic Youth. Lee Ranaldo, good artist in his own right, has a poster inside it. I don't particularly care for the posters. I never put them up, not anymore. First listen, it's like, oh, this is sonically interesting, and it's also songs. He sings on most of them. But the sonic setting and the songs, it's like, oh, this is good. This is good. I'm glad I got this. The other thing I got today, I have not played yet. But I know the music of Caribou. And he used to call himself Manitoba. Is that right? This is Our Love. On Merge, the same label as Rosalie, who my bandmates, Mode Sound, toured with. And Mode Sound is out now. David Nance and Mode Sound touring, heading back this way. So if you get a chance to see David Nance and Mode Sound, go see him. I haven't played this yet, but what I have from the past of his, I like. So this will be fun. To keep going, I'll share what I listened to last night. Besides watching, really not much anything, watching the news and getting angry, so we won't talk about that. I hadn't played this in a long time, and this is, Sakamoto does it to me. This almost had me dancing. Beauty. The first track with Jill Jones, You Do Me. Man, I love this. I love this man's music, and when it was happening, this came out in 1990. Similar to Peter Gabriel, when the records come out, I absorb them deeply, listen a lot. But unlike Peter Gabriel, the Sakamoto is always, oh yeah. Peter Gabriel, I have to get in the mood. And sometimes I put him on and it's like, but I love him still. I love this album, and this is an amazing album. If you've never heard his version of the Rolling Stones song We Love You on here, it's killer. Not only is Robert Wyatt singing it, and you can hear that it's Robert Wyatt singing it, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys is on the track too, and other folks. This album is amazing. Yeah, I'm going on. I'm getting hyped. I do love sharing that with folks, and I love that folks love that about me, that they enjoy my enthusiasm, my passion for the music I like, because it's real. And I love doing this because y'all need to hear this stuff. It's like if people coming on here trying to talk to me about Duran was fantastic. Well, I know that they're good at what they do, but you people need to be listening to this other stuff, You really do. That commercial stuff takes up way too much bandwidth in the human race, in my opinion. A lot of the highest quality stuff people are not even being introduced to, and that's what I'm here to do. All according to my taste, of course. So, another album I pulled and played last night, all the way through. This is just gorgeous, and it's very romantic, actually. It's a very romantic and sexy album. So what am I doing listening to it? I love it. I love the music. I'm human. Hats by the Blue Nile. Every song on here. The instruments, the arrangements. So tasty. So killer. So killer. This is a great, great album. Let's go out tonight. Killer album, Blue Nile. So, I picked up a couple more used records at Grapefruit yesterday. I ended up buying 2 albums by a band that I mistook them, thinking they were somebody else. But for the moment, I'm going to keep them and get into them. But I messed up. I saw these albums in the used. He just got them, put them out, by Alcest. But I was thinking of the band Agalloch, actually, but this happens, I'll mix things up, and find out later, oh, I thought it was someone else. So I bought these. This is kind of black metal-y, but it's kind of shoegazy. Alcest, I think they're French. Souvenirs Autre Monde. And this is a reissue, it turns out. I believe this is their very first album. So, it's still got the growly vocals. It's okay. But the other one I bought, I think I'm going to like this one. Alcest. Écailles de Lune. Écailles de Lune. Both of these are reissues. But this is melodic. And the singing is singing on this one, not growling. Got the orange vinyl version. So even though this was a mistake, I was thinking it was Agalloch. Someone gave me an Agalloch album years ago, and I really like it. But I'm going to hang on to this and explore this band. I think I like it. It might be cheap. But the other thing, I got 3 other records. 2 more in the used, and 1 new reissue. Was really happy that they'd gotten this in, because I collect this band. Let me show it. Boris, Blood. Man, this band is cool. They're coming to Omaha again this fall. This is the first issue of this on vinyl. Third Man. I'm on Third Man in Mode Sound. Jack White's label. This is this version. This takes a while, but when they finally kick it in, it's very, very powerful. And it's real. These guys, they just stick it to you. You know, it's rock, minimalism, modern classical music, all rolled into one. Flood is the appropriate title for this music because it just starts in a drip and then it ends up in a flood. I was real happy to find that. This is not an official reissue, but the price was right. It was in the used section. It's really good quality, but it's not an official reissue. But I've been after this for a while, and I missed the green reissue that just came up a record store day. I missed it. Gandalf. And I've passed on getting this album in the past because this is, to me, kind of a lower rung psych album. I like the cover the best. I really don't like the way the album starts, actually. But finally got it. Gandalf. And the new reissue that I got is Sons of Arqa. Oh, I got another one. Wadada Magic. This came out, I think, originally in the 80s. I first heard it when I was in Japan working for a summer. My Japanese friends had the Sons of Arqa on CD. And I recorded some of it on cassette to bring back with me because I didn't know them. This is a pretty cool sound. Dub, electronics, kind of punky energy. Pretty cool. Sons of Arqa. And I see here that I grabbed one more because it's like, I don't think I've ever had anything by this band, Sun City Girls. And this is live at the Sky Church 2004. I can't. This is that sort of thing where it's a mixture of experimentalism and kind of a primitive sort of thunderous sort of thing going on. But I noticed that Simon had gotten in a several albums on this label, and this is the one artist I noticed, I recognized, and said, let me try this. I have to really investigate that before I can really talk about it. So I heard from Richard from Lumberton, Fourth Dimension, and Stephen is playing tonight as bass communion with one other guy. So Richard will be going to that, and it really sounds like I'll be having Stephen Wilson at some point as a guest on the channel. I'm really excited about that. There's many things I'd like to ask him about. And one of the things I'm going to ask him about if I get him on here is, I have Deadwing. Let me show this. One of my favorite Porcupine Tree albums is Deadwing. And I saw this tour. I think I saw this 2 shows on this tour, 2 different places. I have the blue vinyl and the black vinyl. There's an anomaly on the black vinyl. I've spoken about it in the past. Mellotron scratch. It's like when someone was mastering it, it's like they make, you can hear it. And I want to play it for Steve. I want to ask him, did you know about this, Steve, this anomaly? Someone that's actually messed with the mastering, and so it's wobbling. It's not my turntable. And the blue vinyl is regular. It plays like it's supposed to, but this one on the black, they get to the first chorus and it's like, what? It's like someone is actually messing with physically messing with the platter as it's spinning. So I hope to get a chance to ask him about that. Ask him, did you know about this, Steve? How did this happen? Are all the black battles like this? And you mean to tell me that all this time people are listening to that and they don't notice that? Anyway, it's 20 minutes. Have a good weekend.